Welcome. This is Mr. Perry. Mr. S continues his series on the Holocaust, but before he starts, he wants to give you this warning. The following notes on the beginning of the Holocaust are disturbing and upsetting. Content includes violence. The reason he decided to give you these details is because we cannot hide from the facts of history. The acts committed by the Nazis are considered one of the most brutal displays of cruelty in the history of the world. We study these acts because it is important to learn the impact they made on the world and continue to make in the world nearly 80 years later. There are people alive today that have experienced Nazi concentration camps and continue to tell their story. What you are about to read is based on historical fact, at least the best facts we can give you about the event and the horrors millions of people faced during this time. The Nazi Revolution. The goals of the Nazis were creating a pure race and expanding their power across Europe. Now, at first, Nazis punished only their political enemies, which were communists and social democrats. The first concentration camp was in Dachau, which is part of Germany, in March of 1933. Many of the first prisoners were communists. It was run by Heinrich Himmler, who was the head of the Nazi Guard, and by July, 27,000 people were in concentration camps. We have a picture here of Dachau, which has been memorialized. The Nazi Revolution. In 1933, 525,000 Jews lived in Germany. Nazis began pushing Aryanization, pure race, in Germany. It took Jewish-owned property and removed Jews from government positions. They created the Nuremberg laws. If 3 or 4 of your grandparents were Jewish, you were considered a Jew, and they made Jews in Germany a target. Kristallnacht, the Night of Broken Glass, was in November of 1938. Jewish places of worship and shops were vandalized, had windows smashed out. 100 Jews died, thousands were arrested. Hundreds of thousands of Jews flee Germany. Kristallnacht, the Night of Broken Glass. Beginning of the war, 1939-1940. September 1939, Germany occupied half of Poland, and they forced tens of thousands of Jews out of their homes and into poorer living conditions. Fall of 1939, 70,000 Germans with mental illness were selected to be put to death in a euthanasia program. The program operated in secret for 4 years, and by 1945, 275,000 mentally ill across Europe were killed in camps. You can see here where the Nazi-controlled areas were. So there you have it. You have some good information to get the questions done. Let's get it done. Hit it and quit it.